wherever you are. We are going to try and take a drive out to Palmer, Alaska today. And I hope that you guys will enjoy this drive. It's been 40 degrees the last 3 days, so everything is melting. The sun's out today, and it's just absolutely, absolutely beautiful. So I figured we will take this nice drive and check out what we see. I'm actually going to take the back roads of Wasilla to the Bogard Road area so that we connect up with Palmer, but we're going to go all the back roads because it's just pretty and it's not highway driving. So, as I told everybody before I went live, I will not be answering any comments until I reach my destination. Yes, I can tell that you might be making a comment, but I am not going to be looking for it. I want to keep these driving Alaskas nice and safe. If I had a co-pilot, I would absolutely answer questions. But as I don't, I will answer any questions or comments once we reach where we are headed. And I think that will make sure that we are all nice and safe and that we get to have a nice drive. It's just gorgeous out. And it's so funny. It's only 40 degrees and we start hitting this point where we don't want to wear coats anymore. I'm not wearing my hat today, which just, it feels so weird. Because we go so long here in Alaska wearing all of our coats, wearing all our hats, the heavy boots, all the stuff, and then we get to spring and we just go crazy because it's just amazing and it's warm and we don't have to worry anymore. And then we get hit with a really cold day and we're just like, oh no, oh no. But today, I know I started my work day a little late, not by being late, but our schedule changed a little bit, so the day started late, so it's already in the really nice temperatures for our drive, and these mountains ahead of us are just amazing. We are surrounded by mountains in the Matanuska Valley, where Wasilla and Palmer and my hometown of Big Lake is, and so you'll see mountains on every single side. Oh, and just look at that range. So beautiful today. So beautiful. And now we're going to be turning, obviously. But now we're facing another set of mountains. And those are the ones that we are going to be driving toward the rest of the trip for the Matanuska River in Palmer, Alaska. Now, they finally connected all these roads up here. They're not the greatest for stabilization. I do apologize if anybody can't stand the shakiness of the video, but this is the best that I can do at this time. And I love this drive. I want to be able to share it with you guys. So we are officially on what's called Selden Road, and it links up with the Bogard Road extension. Try and keep this camera steady as possible, while also not touching it much. Yeah. Again, I need better mounts for equipment and stuff. I think last time I did this, I did it up on the mirror, which worked out really well. But right now, I don't have any windshield wiper fluid, therefore, the area that I have it on, at least I can reach and I can clean off if we need to stop. But the center I can't reach, and I have to do that with windshield wiper fluid. The sun is off to our right. We're getting really clear today. And it's just sticking out, beautiful. Oh, I love it. So I've lived in Alaska my entire life, born and raised. My parents homesteaded in Clear Creek, Alaska, which is 6 miles out or so from Talkeetna, Alaska. And if you ever heard about anything in Alaska, it may have been Talkeetna, Alaska. Uh, they're a little kitschy hometown place, but it's a beautiful town. And I actually have a video that I'm working on editing right now that is Mom and I going around and checking out Talkeetna and just vlogging and having fun. So this is Wasilla Fish Hook, and the last time I live streamed, I talked about the fact that you can go left there, and you can actually drive right up into the hills of Hatcher's Pass. That's another one that you may have heard of if you've heard anything about Alaska. You can drive up that way from that spot. That intersection goes back directly to Wasilla if you go right. If you go left, it goes up into the Hatcher's Pass Hills. And if you reach the end of the T there on the left, you can actually turn either left and go to Hatcher's Pass, or you can turn right and go to the sea. And that's at least a nice factor. Most of the roads here are going to be the same every time, but I noticed that every day the mountains look different. Every day the landscape has changed, especially because now we're entering what we call breakup season. We don't have a spring, we have muck, we have breakup, and that is where everything just starts melting away. And that's pretty much it. I mean, then we hit some hard months of summer where it's nice and hot. It even gets into the 70s sometimes. We get 60s, 70s, and 80s for the drive, or not for the drive, but for the summer heats. On a good summer, it can be just gorgeous all the time. On a bad summer, it could be raining the whole time. A couple years back, we had almost 48 days, something like that, record-breaking amount of rain. You have no idea how much people were upset because we're indoors so much of the winter that it's just, having 48 days of your summer be ruined by rain is just something that nobody wants. Nobody wants that. Unless you're really a avid rain fan. But it also changes how the winters are. If we have hot, dry summers, we might not have as much snow. Or it's weird. You can't predict each winter as it goes. They said it's in the last driving Alaska, they decided to add a whole bunch of these roundabout things. I just hate them. I think they're kind of ridiculous, but they do keep the flow of traffic going, I guess. So why hate something for too long? Oh, and this road just keeps going on. So we just actually passed also Miller's Market, which is famous in Alaska for their ice cream and coffee. It's funny, we have a lot of coffee shops in Alaska, and I go to a lot of them. We obviously have a few that we eat regular all the time, but you can't go more than a couple miles without there being another coffee stand, which is fantastic for those of us who love coffee. And personally, I've done barista work. I think it's great work. I think that anybody who has the ability to get a building like that and run their own business and be independent should. It is not an easy business to run, but it's also not something that is too complicated in a way that, it's too much. It's a great, great starter business. And if you could get off the ground with a coffee shop, do it. I support it. I think it's a great idea. Of course, I drink coffee all the time and all day long. So it makes it nice. And, having a good personality, you can do very well working in a coffee shop. So, not sure what's going on here. Oh, that guy went around. Yeah. There's a lot of people who will go around illegally and all that kind of stuff. And I just try to stay back from all of it. Be safe. It's amazing how insane Alaska drivers are. I mean, we're tame compared to some of the places in the lower 48, but it'll be blizzarding and slow, and nobody wants to go more than 45 miles per hour on the 65, and people are blowing by you at 90, and all we can think is, okay, well, we'll see you later in the ditch. It's pretty crazy. Um, our entire trips to and from Anchorage could be completely stopped, hauled, because of just one large accident, because people are being unsafe and driving without caring about anybody else. So if you ever come to Alaska and you're driving, please slow down, especially if it's crazy weather. You know, no, everybody needs to get to where they're going, and nobody needs any accidents. So as we get closer to Palmer, the visuals of the mountains just get bigger and bigger, and you realize just how amazing they are. Truly are just gorgeous. Oh, and this is a good spot right here where it kind of opens up a lot. And, you know, doing all this vlogging and video and all that stuff has given me more and more reason to go around and explore my home. You know, I think people get very mundane, you know, maybe you could say spoiled, like living in Alaska my whole life. I stopped doing certain things, you know, and being able to share it with everyone is completely different. I get to share it as if you guys are coming with me, and I get to, you know, give you guys the grand tour. Even if I show you guys it more than once, it's still beautiful, and it's beautiful every day, and it changes every day. So I love that I get to go out and show you guys. It's my favorite thing. Okay, so last time we took the right lane, and it actually threw us out onto Palmer Wasilla road because I went the wrong way. Now we're going to go the right way, and we're going to continue on to Palmer from this direction. And there's plenty of people who just want to go zip, zip, zip fast. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want to get hurt. And I don't want anybody else to get hurt. Who knows? Maybe that guy's been behind me for a while trying to get past, but I don't care. I'm going the speed limit, and I'm being safe. That's what matters most. And as we come up here, this is one of the roads that didn't connect before, but now does. This is the high school for the Palmer area, and just look at that view. How gorgeous is that? Just amazing. This is the one that we missed the other day going the wrong direction. As it just opens up into this gorgeous view of the mountains. So as I start doing more of these lives, I want to know, what do you guys think? What should I, you know, show you guys? What should I talk about? You know, I get all sorts of Twitter notices and all sorts of stuff on events and happenings in Alaska. I could share those with you guys. We could have like a Twitter moments moment or something. I don't know. But I want to know what you guys want me to do, because I love sharing just my random life and everything that's going on. But there is a lot going on in the state of Alaska that I could touch on, and just events. And that's my big thing. I want to go to as many events that I can, and do as much video as I can, so I can show you how us Alaskans enjoy our own home state. I mean, it's one thing to come up as a tourist and be here for a limited time and enjoy some of the very cool things that we do. But you never always know if you're coming up during the right event or the right season or the right, you know, thing going on. And I want to show you guys the types of things that we do. And that's one of the most important things, like planning out. If you're going to come to Alaska, come to one of our big events. That's always fun. It's where everybody comes out of the woodwork. There's lots of things to do, and it's just something that, you know, you can always plan for. Like the Natsu Polar Plunge, that happened last month, and it was great. It was fun. There was lots of people. The restaurant we were at just had opened up, so under new management. So it was very good to go and experience and see what they are going to be fighting as far as service for the community and the other restaurant being open. Plus, it's a restaurant and hotel, so that was really important to go check out. And then just the fact of the event altogether, it was great to see all 80 teams do the jump and to know that it went to the Satoma Club for the hearing impaired. I mean, what better than something that raises money for a nonprofit organization? What is on where and how high the heat is, and you can see where the snow stops. It's getting warmer, obviously, and now it's coming. That mountain, while it will always be blue, it won't always have snow on it, and it will change with the flowers, the trees, the shrubbery, and just the season and how it looks outside will completely change over this time period in the next few months. So being able to experience that every day is just gorgeous. And now, oh my goodness, there's a guy walking with a giant St. Patrick's Day hat on, like one of those really big ones. That was great. I don't know if we caught it in the camera or not, but that was pretty funny. I really kind of want to do a series on walking in Alaska. There goes another person walking. Because I tell you what, I see people of all sorts walking on the sides of the roads and on the sides of the streets and all that kind of stuff. And some are obviously just regular day folks, you know, walking their dogs like that girl was, or whatever. But there's a lot of people who are either homeless or don't have a vehicle and they walk to work every day, and it's pretty crazy. So, welcome to Palmer, Alaska. Yay! I do love Palmer. It is a small, kitschy town, and it's a very big art community here. So this intersection is the Glen Highway. So going across here from Bogard and Glen Highway, if you took a left, you would head off into the hills and towards Valdez, Alaska, and Girdwood. And then if you took a right from here, you'd head right back towards Anchorage, and you could take another right and go back to Wasilla, Alaska. So you could actually go and do the whole route back as well. My mom and I are coming here today because there's some newer yarn shops opening up. So we are going to go check them out, see if we can get some of our yarns put in there. Because my mom does the hand-dyed, hand-spun yarns and fibers, and Kiviot. And Kiviot is the muskot wool. So very, very expensive, very rare, and very warm. But we are going to drive over here to the Matsu River for our start of our day. And we're just going to toggle along. So we have to kind of go through a little bit of Palmer. This is some of the older part of Palmer. Just some interesting things. Just a beautiful little town. Not quite small enough to be a walking town like Talkeetna is. In Talkeetna, you could walk all day and experience all Talkeetna pretty much. In Palmer, it's a little bigger, a little spread out. You might walk the downtown area because there is the downtown Palmer Strip, and you'll get to see a lot of things there. But at the same time, you might not want to walk the entire town. So as we open up into here, I love this area. It's all fields and pastures. Just a beautiful area. Last time we took a right here and figured out that there was an airport over here, which is good to know because we also need to know that for other reasons in the long run. And then on the left is the Matsu River Park, and the cemetery is around here too, very close. So as we get closer to the river, we're gonna probably pull off and check it out. Go outside for a few minutes and then come back in. Maybe we'll drive a little further, we'll see. But now let's go check it out. Come around corner, we're going to actually see the old bridge coming up on the left. This is all new road here, and on the left here, we'll see if we decide to get out or not, because it is so lushy because of the 40-degree weather. Whee! So let's pull up here and see how it is. So you can't drive on the bridge anymore. They make it to where you can't, but you can walk out there. I walk out there every time I come here. I like to walk down below, but it's also very deep snow at this moment. So let's see about getting set up to go outside here for a few minutes. I'm gonna check for any comments.
Been past it, but I haven't been out on it, so that would be a great little trip to go do. It's crazy that my screen is so dark I can't even tell what's going on. It's very disappointing in a way. And it's not my screen adjustments. I just checked that. I like coming out here in the summer. It's so